Doing today, we're going to be doing a subscriber on a TikTok subscriber only video today. These are some of the perks you get by being a subscriber in this channel. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Twin Flame Collective, the Divine Counterpart Collective, the Soulmate Collective, the ones that are in separation. It's really just a label. Don't get hung up on the label. Let's look at what's going on within the collective. Let's see what the energies are for this week. So Spirit, show me what's going on with those that are in separation. And Spirit saying freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want to be. And so what is that telling you? And so you hear this many times with many of the twin flame readers, and most people don't generally pay attention to it. They're like, well, but this is my person. This is my person. How can I let it go? You need to let yourself go. You need to let the energies of that go. You need to just allow for that connection to just end, because it's an old energy. It's an energy that is not serving you anymore, and that's why you're in separation. And you need to work on self. And as you work on self, that is when you start to get to the point where either the person's energy changes because the contract's no longer valid, and then they can start working on themselves, and then that attraction may come back in again. Or the other option is that you may find yourself not attracting that person, but actually attracting somebody better. And so just remember, this is a collective reading. So this is not everything in this reading is going to be for you, but if it's major awareness, there will be something. And so let's see what we have here. In Spirit, what else do we have? Give me one or two more cards on this deck. All right, so we've got one more card here. So Spirit saying for you, those that are in separation, remember this is a collective reading, so just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and great lows, right? And that's what you've been feeling, especially if you identify as a twin flame or a divine counterpart, however you want to label it, because it is crazy intense and it's like a roller coaster. It's ups and downs. And Spirit saying, you know, while you're in this place of separation, one of the things you got to do is kind of look at your relationships and just honor the ones that you do have that are working, and look at the energies there and try to copy those energies, try to embody those energies of what works, because that's the right frequency match you need to be in. And that's how you free yourself. You got to enlighten yourself to recognize that, this is just an experience. You have to just let this experience go, the bad part of this experience, and allow good parts of the experience to come on in. And so with that, let's see what other energies want to present themselves within this connection, this divine counterpart, twin flame, however you want to look at in separation. Let's see what we have here. So Spirit, what do we have for those divine counterparts in separation? See what we got here. All right, so we have quite a few cards here that Spirit has thrown off. Spirit's saying it's time for you to change your energies on this a little bit. Change your perspective, because your perspective as it is right now isn't really helping you. There was a lot of third-party energy in there, and third party doesn't always mean other person. It could mean just friends, it could mean family, it could mean kids, it could mean job. There's a lot there. Spirit's saying that a lot of you also had a material attachment. You were just stuck on the good things, the finer things, not really looking at whether or not a connection was really good for you or not. Spirit saying, but don't worry, there's going to be an unexpected connection coming in. But in order to get there, you have to be more lighthearted. You gotta be in that area where you're flirty, where you're happy, where everything is in a good place. And you need to allow this unexpected connection. The one's just going to show up like a lightning bolt. It's going to come in, but you need to allow it to have a natural evolution. And as you do, the bonding is going to start to happen, and there's going to be a falling in love. So there's something here waiting for you if you can free yourself, right? And we get to here, freedom, right? There's nothing stopping you. Let's bring it down a little bit so everybody can read it, because The path is clear if you want it to be. It's a choice, right? It's a big, big choice. And so let's see what other energies are here and available for you. So Spirit, show me what other energies are available. And for those of you who are watching on TikTok for the live preview, this is some of the benefits of being a subscriber. I do a lot of these lives only for subscribers, and I also do a lot of question and answer lives only for subscribers. If you go to the public question and answer, you also skip the line. And if you join my elite level, because there's two tiers of it, there's regular and elite. Elite level gives you all these benefits, plus you also get invited to my group healing. You'll see it on screen, and that's on Sunday. We're going to do it. It's invited for everybody. That's a $30 value. And and that group healing is going to be light language. So we're going to pull down codes for everybody who is going to the group healing, and there'll be codes specific for you. And so for many of you, you're looking for that safety and comfort, but you never found it inside of this connection, this twin flame connection. And you're really missing that person, right? You're really missing it, but you got to free yourself from that because it's a trap. And Spirit's saying, this separation was a divine intervention. And why was it divinely intervened? Because it wasn't working. The frequency just pushed it away, because all these attractions always a frequency match. It's nothing more than a frequency match. And so why do you get into these relationships sometimes? Because trauma bond, because you guys are a frequency match in trauma. And so then you get into these trauma filled relationships. Twin flames no different. You meet them when they're both at trauma, and then because you spent so many lifetimes with this one soul, there's a lot of trauma that needs to be healed, and it comes right up front to be healed. And if you don't heal it, it pushes it away. And it gives you time to do that healing. They're the toughest relationship you can have because you've had more trauma with a soul than anybody else. And a soulmate's always easier. And there is a soulmate that's available. And they're also meant, we call them handlers. Twin flames are meant to keep you in low frequency because of all that trauma, to keep you stuck. So Spirit's saying, and I feel it's on here, friends were really bad influences too in this twin flame relationship. And so when you have all this that is holding you back, you got to free yourself from this. Let go of this energy, because these contracts that are holding you in this roller coaster are not serving you. And so let's take a look at what the blocks are, right? And so we look at what the energies are. The way we do these readings, and for those of you who have not seen my style of reading for this is all about energy, right? So this is where you are. And so if you want a general relationship reading, we kind of look at the energies around you. This is where you are. These are the things that hold you back. And these over here are things that you really can manifest. They're in your field right now, really close and up and below. Those are telling you what you can do to bridge over to this area, right? But just remember, healing is always a choice, right? And so you have to choose to do these things. It's not going to happen automatically. It's not like what every other twin flame reader will tell you. It's not like a lot of the spiritual people will tell you, well, it's this portal and everything's going to get better, and the spirits and everything are aligning for you and you're going to ascend. And no, it's a bunch of malarkey. You won't do anything until you choose to. You have to choose to. You are, in a field of polarity, which means you have choices and you're making choices every day. And you can always choose to change your choice and choose to change your trajectory from that of the negativity, the karma, the looping all the time, to the positivity, the things that you want to manifest. And it's a choice. So Spirit, let's find out what is the blocks, the main blocks for those watching. And so if you have been guided here, more than likely, there is a message for you in here. It is a collective reading. So please do not think everything is for you. You take what resonates, what is left behind is left behind. It's not for you, and that's okay, because it has many stories in here. But you'll feel it in your own intuition what messages are really speaking to you, and just allow your own intuition to work. So a lot of you have been getting crumbs, right? And why do you get crumbs? Because you've been breadcrumbing yourself, right? And what is breadcrumbing? It's when somebody's hot, cold, all of a sudden they want you, then the next minute they don't, and there's no rhyme or reason. They're just tugging you on a line because they can. and you deserve more than that, but you have to do that to yourself. You have to not breadcrumb yourself, and a lot of you haven't spent any time with yourself to understand who you truly are, and this is why you get breadcrumb. And everything is always a reflection of where you are internally, and that's your external world is what you manifest. Ambivalent, right? Because again, you don't know who you are. And so you're very aloof, not really caring one way or another. And why do you get that way? Because you get hurt so much, but it's because you truly haven't really gone within and understood yourself. And a lot of you have retreated, and this is why we're in a separation, because the cycle of hurt, the cycle of trauma over and over again is causing you to retreat because the pain of that separation, the pain of the disappointment, the pain of the ups and the downs is just making you close your heart. And so what do we do, right? Because so now, we're not only going to look at what it is that is holding you back, because that now it's in your awareness, you know where your issues lie. What we're going to go look at next is we're going to look at, what is it that we can do? And so we're going to get some advice, right? It's always about, you know, it's good enough, and this is what card reading's really meant for. It's not about it's about the awareness, right? You have to be aware of what your issues are, and once you're aware, then you have to choose. You have to choose to decide whether or not it's something you want to work on or not. And if you don't, that's fine, but you'll just keep repeating that loop over and over again. And so, Spirit, what is the advice that you have? Please clear the energy on this deck. What is the advice you have on those that are looking to free themselves and to move over to where true love is coming in? And so for many of you, Spirit's saying you're going through an awakening, and this is why your twin came in, because it's to keep you from awakening. Truly, it's really to hold you back, to hold you in low vibrations up and down for months, years, decades. I've seen twin flame people who are stuck within that program, and that's what it is. It's just a program. It's something to keep you stuck. I've seen them in decades. And Spirit says that you will be in a celebration if you free yourself. The good times are coming once you free yourself. And so, all right, now we got all the basics of what we can do for ourselves and what's coming for us. Let's now look at timing, right? And that's the only thing anybody really ever cares about. They could care less about all this, and this is why they keep on getting stuck because, well, just when is my twin coming in? When is my person coming in? When is my person contacting you? Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Even if your person comes in and contacts you, if you're still not healed, you're repeating the same situation over and over again. And do you really want to go through that pain again? It's much easier to go through the pain of the healing to allow you to release all those traumas. And once you do that, then that person will come in correctly. But most people don't want to do it because most people are used to Amazon and DoorDash and everything where you're getting instant gratification. Spirit, what is the timing? And we have three timelines. And for those of you, like I said, that don't want to do the work, it's going to be not in this lifetime. I'm just going to move it here so where you can see it for everybody. For those of you who are going to do a little bit more work or really just starting, it's going to be somewhere around March is the potential. And remember, timelines are not set in stone. And the other timeline we have is May. And so we've got three timelines showing right now. Timelines change at a moment's notice, so you don't set an expectation on it, but you can see where the timelines sit. For those of you who are just not willing to do the work, who just want to sit there and be in despair, that's fine. You'll loop again lifetime after lifetime with this person as you have, and that's why they're quote unquote your twin flame handler, because you haven't been able to figure out how to heal the trauma. You just want to wallow in the despair. And that's a choice. It's okay. You can choose to do it, or you can choose to start working on self and healing and allow for what's really much better for you to come into the field. It doesn't mean that this is anybody other than your person, but it could be. But you have to be open to that possibility, because if you're stuck on that one person, and what if it's not truly your twin? Well, then guess what? You're stuck. And that's why you have to let it go and allow it to happen organically, but work on self. And so with that, that is my reading. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. If you are interested and you're on TikTok, please take a look at my to call it my subscription services. Next week we are doing, or actually it's technically next week, this Sunday, we are going to be doing the group healing at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be to help everybody who, whatever their issues are. We're going to pull the codes down for anybody who joins. That is only available to my elite membership unless you want to do it a la carte. Elite membership is $9.99 a month, and the a la carte is a $30. Just contact me and I give you all the information. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers.